Uh, Here we will see about the bending operations. And the figure itself will show you what is a bending means. So when initially the sheet metal would be straight, and after making a bend, so this sheet metal will bend to an angle. Say this is a bend angle, and this is the thickness of the sheet, and this line will determine where the bending starts. And here it is a setback, and the center line of the sheet metal along the thickness is set within neutral axis. So here the straightening sheet metal around a straight axis to take a permanent bend. So this is what the bending, and the metal on inside of a neutral plane is compressed, while the metal on the outside of the neutral plane is stretched. That is, here in this area it would be compressed, whereas in this area it is stretched. Okay, so this is what the difference between these operations. See, once the bending happens, the lower one will subject to compressing, and the upper one will be subjected to stretching. The material is stretched beyond the yield strength but below the ultimate tensile strength, because the ultimate tensile strength, if it is exceeded, then it will lead to failure. The surface area of the material does not change much, but the bending usually refers to deformation about only one axis. And these are also the other bending operations. We can do V bending. So we have a punch and die which replicates the shape of the V, and once the force is given, what happens? This will bend like this. Okay, and this V bending is performed with a V-shaped die. It is only for low protection. They are performed on a press brake. V dies are simple and inexpensive. Then edge bending. So as it is shown in this figure, when you want to bend the edge like this, we can go for this edge bending operation. It is performed with a wiping die. Here the die and punch will coincide and it will match together, whereas it will be separated by certain distance, and we will have a small clearance also in this. So this clearance would be generally more than that of the thickness of the sheets. And for a high protection, we go for this edge bending, and pressure pad is required here, and also dies are more complicated and costly comparing to this V bending. And there is a spring back. This spring back is very important in the case of this sheet metal operations, because once this is plastically deformed, what happens? This sheet metal will stick together in the die. So it has to eject it upward so that it can be easily removed. So for this reason, we are going for a spring back. So it increased in an included angle of bent part relative to included angle of forming tool after the tool is removed. So this is provided by increasing the angle of the forming tool and also the that is a forming tool, right? So what happens after bending? If it is excited, this will eject the sheet metal like this. And the reason for is, when bending pressure is removed, the elastic energy remains in the bent part. That is why it will be kept, it will be permanently kept like this. Then once the sponge has to be removed, then it has to eject it. Okay, so that is why we are going for this spring back, and it causes it to recover partially towards its original shape.